Hey, Video G JRPG here with a review for Tales of Zestiria on the PS3. Now this video is going to go through my thoughts on the new Tales outing, an in-depth look at the battle system, the gameplay, the environments, the characters. It's going to go through what's good, what's bad, what I would add or would take away, or also some recommendations and tips if you can't wait until October, and if you want to import this game like I did. Having said all this, this review will contain no spoilers. It's going to be spoiler free. So, Tales of Zestiria was released in Japan back in January, so I was going to import it in on release, but I found out how close by it was going to be localized. I didn't bother. But after getting wind it wasn't coming out until October, I went and got it. I couldn't wait that long. It was just announced too on the PS4 and PC on the 16th and 20th of October, which is awesome, for the 20th anniversary as well. So for Tales in general, I think this is the first. It's the first Tales to come out on multiple consoles at the same time. So that's awesome. So first off, what will you need if you're going to import? A few things. So first off, you will need to what you need to play the Tales of Zestiria. So a few things. You're going to want to get out your smartphone and download FAQR off the Play Store, and search for Tales of Zestiria and save the battle system guide written by Marmando17 and the walkthrough by Shock and Blue to your app. And this is a great little app because it saves where you are in the FAQ, and you can flick through it and it keeps your position. So I'm going to put links in the description also for both walkthroughs. You're going to want to read the battle system guide first and then play the game, and then read it again like after you've experienced the game a bit, and you'll be way better off for doing so. Now Shock and Blue's walkthrough for the game is brilliant. It tells you where to go, but also very loosely explains what's going on in each scene, so you're not completely lost, but you don't know every detail. So it's I'm still excited for the English release to find out what's actually going on in more detailed levels. So it almost doesn't ruin the game by playing. You're just kind of getting pure gameplay, and you're getting a little gist of the story. So next thing you're going to want to do is look up www.shonengames.com for the menu translations. The link is also in the description, so have a look at that. And when you play the game, it will all fall together, and you'll probably be able to figure it out without these, but it just gives you a nice introduction to what they are in English. So lastly, you're going to look up Tales of Zestiria walkthrough on your YouTube on your phone, and you're going to want to save the 55 video playlist by Shirako, is it, to your YouTube watched or saved videos or saved playlists. I'm going to put the link below for that as well. So this is just in case you get off track exploring, you can get yourself back into the game by watching where he goes. So with all these simple aids in check, you're gonna and the wonderful map system. The map system in this game is brilliant. It's completely playable, especially if you don't know a word of Japanese. I got through all of it, and I'm still doing bits and pieces and side quests. He covers everything. So yeah. There's only one small difficult bit about 3 hours through where you're asked to sell an item, a certain knife, and then do a side quest to get it back. But there's actually a few ways to progress this part of the game, which include keeping the knife altogether. And all I'm saying is watch out for that bit, and watch the video walkthrough rather than the guide for that section of the game. So back to the game. Having said all that, the story. I won't go into story. I won't go into details at all. I don't want to ruin any aspect of it for anyone. I hate how reviewers even give away the setting, although a lot of people already know because they'll be following the game and such. What I will say is that it's a simple story, a good story. There's a few twists and turns along the way, and it delves into the characters' backstories far into the game a lot more. So yeah, there's a lot here, and as all Tales games, it's a bit haphazard and all over the place the way it's written, but by the end, thinking back on it, everything will come into place, and you'll think, oh yeah, that's why they did this, or that's why they did that, or all of those parts should have been included. So that's what I always liked about Tales games. They're kind of sometimes haphazard and all over the place, but solid. They're always solid storylines. So the environments, this world is kind of more of an open world kind of game. The enemies are right there on the map, and it's a seamless battle system, which we'll get into later. But the environments are map world or overworld, whatever you want to call it. The maps are really big, and this is one of the smallest maps. It's actually tiny compared to what the other ones would be. They're certainly beautiful. The game took the open world approach very deliberately, and I must say it worked fantastically. The environments are vast and beautiful, with lots to explore, lots to lots to of nooks and crannies for chests and discovery points. The first 15 hours of the game, though, features areas that are very similar to each other, but it branches out after that, and it can sometimes be quite similar. But the designs and craft in the world, though, it's brilliant. It's leaps and bounds ahead of Tales of Grace and Zilia's overworlds, which was lots of reused uh, maps, especially between the first and two Zilia. And the Graces seem very blocky. Its areas were all just linear lines. You can go into all these little nooks and crannies, and there's different elevated places as well. So there is also a perfect blend of battles on the map. There's enough to keep you going, while you're not bombarded with enemies. They're not everywhere like they are in Symphonia when you're trying to walk somewhere. So I like that as well. Some people say that it's a bit not enough battles, but I think there's plenty. Like there's one enemy there, one enemy there, one enemy there. You can dodge them. Another one here. They block all your ways, so you will be battling a lot, but not if you didn't want to. You can run. So the characters, I love the character design in this game. The characters themselves, from what I can gather from their personality. I do think that they've created a fantastic cast this time around. There's no characters that I don't like. The game is unique in that out of 6 permanent characters, 2 are humans, and 4 are seraphs. Is that the correct word? One of each element. So you have your water, your fire, your wind, and your earth. So that's 2 non-elemental characters and 2 humans. So no character is useless. They all have their value. They all serve a particular purpose. There's no dud characters, like there's no Kate Sid or Edward the Bard that you're going to dump in the airship or anything. The characters are also interesting and engaging on a personal level. Even though the game was in Japanese, their emotions and presence came through the language barrier, and I enjoyed them. It's definitely one of the best casts of the Tales game that I've played thus far. So the gameplay, non-battle gameplay I should say, running around in this game is very fluid. I found Tales of Grace very blocky in that sense. It's very fluid kind of run, and your human character will always follow behind you, and you can talk to them for where to go next. It's all in Japanese, of course, but yeah, they'll tell you all about side quests or what's happening and stuff. The 4 D-pad buttons are the map actions. You gain these through the game, and they're used to solve puzzles and advancing through the game. So fire burns up stuff, and lights pedestals. The wind action allows you to jump over gaps that you wouldn't normally be able to get through. The water one lets you hide from enemies and traps. The earth one breaks big boulders in your way, and the square is a knife for engaging in battle or cutting webs or things in your way. So those map actions control every puzzle in the game. So there is some variation of each other, and you get them throughout the game. That's what causes you to be blocked out in most places. But the game, luckily enough, isn't too linear. There's lots of side quests. You can go to lots of places before you're able, like Final Fantasy 12, and get yourself killed. So that's pretty cool. Exploration. So the game incentivizes you to explore as much as possible. So if you can find stone tablets or discovery points like from Graces, and you gain AP. Now AP is used to equip Battle Axe, which is a skill system in the game, and when you equip Battle Axe they affect all players, not just whoever's equipping the skill. So it incentivizes you to explore more, because if you go into a dead end you could find a stone tablet, gain an AP point, and be able to equip more Battle Axe, which will make battle easier and make everything more fluid, like auto guarding and all sorts. Now the map system, this is the shining thing of Tales of Zestiria. The map mechanic is absolutely indispensable, especially in the Japanese version. It always has a gold star on it at all times where you're supposed to go next to advance the story. If it didn't have this, the game would be nearly unplayable. So I love it, and it nearly seems like it was designed with us English speakers in mind, really. There's no gold star on it now because I'm supposed to go here, up there, but if I did go up there, the gold star would show exactly where you're supposed to go. Shops. The shop system is typical of any RPG, but they also have a fuse system where you can combine 2 old weapons to create a new one. So it requires Gald or grade, I'm not sure, and it's not complicated at all, which I enjoyed. You just fuse them. There's no items to find to fuse them like in Zestiria, which I did like, but when it's in Japanese, it's very difficult to even comprehend doing them. You'll just have to create the ones you can at any one time or that. And now skits are another thing in this title, as they only occur to save points, inns, and discovery points. They don't occur really when exploring. I actually love this because your exploration and battling is never interrupted by a skit or loads of skits. So like it was in previous games. Side quests are handled much like the Zestiria games, but without a bulletin board. So there's exclamation points and purple stars on the map where you can go and meet people, and they send you off on quests. But it's not really. I didn't do many side quests because obviously in Japanese you don't know really what you're doing, where you're going. But luckily the walkthrough that I told you to start, and the links in the description of covers a lot of the side quests all at once, but it does. So you can skip them if you want. So now onto the menu. I love the menu in this game. It's very well laid out and easy to navigate. Your characters in the middle, right there. Your 2 humans are here. Your 4 seraph characters are here. All your elemental characters. The bottom of the screen shows the time played there, and gold or whatever. The item menu then is first page shows new items, and they have a little box here beside who has equipped what. You'll always have a little picture to the side as well, like there. I don't think you can see on this video, but they have a little bottle there, which means it's a healing item, and there's snacks, swords. You can find out like their cards which are used by Lydia, so you'll know which is which. Now I missed in this game that they didn't have the little gummy pictures and stuff like that, but they still have retained some aspect of that, so that's good. At least you can tell between the different items, like their rings, their boots. These are key items, attachments. So yeah, it's a good system. The arts menu. Now this game is done like Tales of Graces, where you have A arts and B arts, what they call base arts and arcane arts. Now the base arts are set. You can't change them at all. You can change nothing. They're set to the O button and all the different directions, and each one sends you off on a different path, like a skill tree or whatever you call it, art tree. But the arcane arts can be changed, so you can put in whatever arcane arts you want. So yeah, that's cool. And the seraphic characters, they have spells, so you can flick through all their spells there as well. Equipment, not really much new to equipment, but they've taken Zestiria's system of it. So you can see the stars at the top. That's at max. That's at 3 stars. So there's skills attached to the weapons, and there's loads of detailed information on the skills, but obviously it's in Japanese. So, and then when you learn different skills, they light up on this board, and if you get them in rows or columns, you get bonus skills. So that's a cool system. I can't wait to see it in English, because it seems to be the only way to heal your characters with support, healing, and with doing combos. There's no healing arts. So support talents are next. You click on whatever sport talent you want. They're a new mechanic. Your characters perform cooking and making snacks and walking faster and picking up gald at random all automatically when you pick a support action for them to do. You can change it there, and yeah, they make food as you go, so it's a pretty handy system. Now the battle axe system. The battle axe are unlocked by performing various attacks over and over in battle or meeting certain conditions. They're equipped using AP gotten from stone monuments or discovery points I mentioned earlier. When equipped, they affect the whole party as well, so the skill system affects everyone. So up here, this one is auto guard. I think it costs 4 AP to turn on. I turned it on there, so they'll all auto guard when attacked now and again. So there's no healing arts, so you know, healing during battle is one of the battle acts, I think, so that's very important. And there's also one that I can't turn it off because I don't know which one it is, but it's an auto mystic art. And whenever my BG goes up high enough, I use a mystic art on purpose, and sometimes I don't want to, so that can be slightly annoying. But when I find out which one it is, I'll turn it off. Your costumes and your attachments, you can put on all sorts of attachments on them, bunny ears and stuff. It does have a weird point system though. You can only put on two. If I put on 2, I can only put in on a 1, and then I'm blocked out from putting anything else. So I don't know why they actually added that in, but that's pretty weird. You can switch your costume and all that. So the last part is the strategy and the system book that has all your collector's book and your discoveries and your all sorts of things, your enemy list, and then you have load game and settings. It's on normal mode right now, but you go down to easy, hard, very hard, I suppose, or whatever it's called, and then you can lock chaos and stuff like the original ones. So back onto the battle gameplay now. The battles in Zestiria are seamless and occur on the map, so uh, with little transition, they do hit off the enemy and jump backwards. So it's a step ahead, especially for JRPGs. But nevertheless, I do prefer the map transitions, the swirling battle in Final Fantasy VII, or the cracking screen of Vesperia. I don't know, I just prefer that. Also, I don't think Zestiria's seamless transition was done as well as it could have, especially after seeing E3's footage of Star Ocean 5. Now, that's how you do seamless battles, I think, without losing contact or where you come from. So, we'll just show you here. He jumps backwards, goes into his battle. Now, the battle system is called Fusonic Chain Linear Motion Battle System. Yeah, it's not like Xillia or Vesperia's at all, it's more like Grace's. So I'm using the 0 button to use base arts and combine them with arcane arts. Now there's the auto mystic guard, or mystic art, sorry. So you combine the base arts with 0 or circle button and the X button to create combos, and you can press square to block, and you can dodge around like Grace's was. That recovers your SC. So base art, arcane arts, and all use up SC or spirit chain. So it's important to get. It's an improvement on Grace's CC system, and you can replenish them. So SC through blocking, dodging, or standing still. So there's no TP, so no TP to worry about at all. So it's great. The scale is 100 as well, so you're not bound at the start by 5cc. You always have 100 SC. But it's how you use it and how you strategize throughout the game that makes the difference. So you can see down there with the characters, the small little circle, that's a BG. That's used for attacking. If defending raises the BG, and it's called a blast gauge, and it's used to initiate mystic art or atomization. So only 2 humans and 2 Seraph characters allowed in battle at any one time, but you can switch out with the D-pad. So I'm going to switch out Mikleo for Edna there. So there is an enemy weakness system similar to Xillia's in the game, and it works pretty well, but it's great the way that physical attacks stuns the enemy, and when they're stunned, it causes massive damage. So the strategy aspect of battle is based off a rock, paper, scissors system, keeping in mind that humans can only use base arts and arcane arts, while the Seraph characters can only use spells and arcane arts. So arcane arts beat base arts that the enemy uses, base arts beat spells, and spells beat arcane arts. So each one interrupts the casting or performing of the other. So as you would have seen there, when that snake lady thing tried to use a spell, I used a base art like this and interrupted it. So you'll have to strategize a bit. So you'll have to pay attention to what's going on and what the enemy's using to survive. So there's no healing art, so only support skills. So you could be dead in 2 attacks. So you really have to be dodging, jumping, using the right attack at the right time. Because if he's using an art and you're trying to use if he's choosing a spell and you're using arcane art, it won't knock him out of the art at all, and the spell could just kill you dead. So yeah, you'll also know what attacks they're using, because the spells take time to charge. The base attacks are just normal attacks, they just burst out and attack you, and the arcane arts take a little bit of charging time, and it's kind of exaggerated. So they'll take an exaggerated swing at you or something, and you'll know what's coming, and you can change your strategy on the fly to accommodate it. So at the same time, increasing the number of base arts using a chain or combo will reduce SC consumption. So you can use more and more and combo up a huge combo. So spell casting times are reduced in a chain by 20, 40 and 60%. So the more you chain magic, the more magic you use, and faster. So with the correct battle axe equipped, you can also perform high arts, which are altered arts from the Graces game. It's very similar, by holding the X button while performing specific arts. Pressing 1 or 2 and 0 with sufficient BG built up, which is 3, activates a mystic art. But I have a battle axe equipped with, when I go up to maximum of 3 BG, uses a mystic art automatically. So that's a cool mechanic, but I turn it off if I could find it. Now onto the main mechanic of Zestiria, which is the fusion system. I don't think I can. Oh, there we go. I can fuse right there. So I'm after fusing with Edna, and now I have the power of Earth. I can still use my arcane arts with 0, but the X button becomes spells, so your character can now use spells. So I'm using them there. You can also heal with the R2 button. That's the only healing art in the game. So I used Fairy Circle over there, as you can see. So you use 1 BG as well to use the healing art. So, and it's the only healing arts in the game, so it'll be quite challenging. You can also change your battle tactics or battle AI by tilting the right analog stick in the 4 directions that you want. Now he's giving battle, he's telling people to stop or go or whatever. And the battle system is well designed, it's engaging system. You can switch between fused and unfused really quickly, so you can deal with the enemies, whatever attack they might be using. So that's all for the battle system. I think it's a really good battle system, much improved on Graces, really much improved. Before I go into what's good, what's bad and all that, I'm just going to talk about a few recommendations. It's a good idea, if you're going to play the game, to never equip a battle act that costs 2 AP to equip, because it could be the half skill, which halves the damage you do. So I had it equipped for ages and I was wondering why I was dealing so little damage, so just watch out for that. And always quit the game to the title screen by using it here. Always, because before you turn off the game, because if you try quit the game straight from the game back to the dashboard and turn it off, the game will restart. So this is caused by the game disk constantly loading background data or something, so quitting to the title screen prevents this completely. So on to what's good, what's bad, the verdict for the game. The game is very good. It's what I call a transition title to a further changed Tales game. The amount of change the game has gone through, from Zestiria to Graces to the Zestiria games, now to Zestiria, I have to say I like where it's going. I like where it's heading, keeping the same heart and epicness and charm that makes the Tales series the embodiment of JRPGs, while moving to a more exploration-based open world setting with seamless battles and thrilling combat. It really is paving the way for a more refined approach in the future. It's a fantastic game. It shouldn't be missed by any JRPG fan. There's no excuses this time, because it's going to be the first game released on PS4 and PC. I've read a lot of comments on game FAQs and that people won't be getting the game if it's not coming to PS4, so you have no excuses now, guys. So what's bad? Not a lot, I must say. Just a couple of points. The battle camera can be quite tricky in tight places, but it's only really a problem when you're in close to a wall, so moving the left analog stick a millimeter will fix the problem immediately. So people have got too caught up with trashing on the camera. It's honestly not that bad. I mentioned a moment ago about this being a transitional kind of title to more of the same, so they just need time to iron out the creases a bit. So having seen Star Ocean 5 seamless battle engine, I think they have pulled it off fantastically, and the Tales boys should take a leaf out of their old former colleagues' books, I suppose. The items don't have the same pictures they used to. I mentioned that a few minutes ago, but while playing it in Japanese, it's not easy to know what's a life bottle and what's not, so that can be quite tricky. But they still did retain the little pictures at the bottom left right corner, so that's good. And finally, while the map system is fantastic and 10 out of 10 for it, but the star isn't always on the map, so you will need a walkthrough to tell you, well, go here, go there, and then you'll be able to see the star. So it's not always on the map, but they do. Another great thing about the game is they have, I forgot to mention it, they have a warp system, so you can warp anywhere in the world. So that's a brilliant system. Just to add that in. Conclusion: I give this game 10 out of 10. It really is fantastic and challenging. It's one of this one isn't coming out in August like the previous 2 Tales games. So in an extra 2 months added onto the October, it will go very slow. So I definitely recommend anyone to import this if you can get it cheap. I got mine for about €28, including postage from Japan, second hand but perfect condition. So I was prepared to pay €70 back for it in January, but eventually backed out. So €28 is a brilliant price, and you probably get it for $30 now or whatever. So although it explains, like, playing it with the walkthrough also explains some story points, but doesn't really ruin anything at all. So it still feels like you missed points, subtle points, and so I can't wait to play it in English and delve into it more and maybe take it a bit slower. I always rush my games when I get them because I love them so much. If I haven't played through the gameplay aspects, I'll be able to take it slower and explore everything a bit more. So also the music in the game is fantastic. It really is. Sakuraba and Goshina, is it Goshina? I don't know. They did an awesome job together, and some of the you should hear some of the dungeon themes. They're absolutely brilliant from this guy. I haven't really heard much of him before. I know he did Legendia's music, but yeah, it's really good. And Sakurba, just fantastic. So it's a fantastic game. It really feels close to the Tales roots. So whether you're playing in Japanese or waiting for the Western version, there's only one piece of advice: don't miss it. Whatever you do, it's one of the absolute best Tales games. So thanks for watching. Leave a comment below. Tell me what you think of the review. Tell me what you think of the game. Uh, don't forget to subscribe for more JRPG content, or come to the Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus, or whatever. It's all going to be in the About section in a few minutes. So till next time. See ya. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to support the Tales series. Thanks for watching.